The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future, and is sponsored by Sports Simulations and Replays, the best place on Facebook to post your projects, whether it is on the console, on the tabletop, or the PC. Sports Simulations and Replays on Facebook, now well over 1,000 members. Dave Little is over the moon and wants to thank you all personally for joining the best place on the web to share your stuff. That is Sports Simulations and Replays on Facebook. Yes, I'm supposed to be on vacation, but we never cleared it with this boss, and so we're going to try to finish. Well, we're going to play Game 2 of the Pittsburgh Pirates and Baltimore Orioles this afternoon from Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. A beautiful 62-degree day. Winds are blowing out at 9 miles an hour to left center, and instead of the terrible towel that the 50,000 or so people here at Three River Stadium wave around, they've been given free copies of a scorebook, and in the middle is a picture of Father Ted, and yup, he is stapled in the middle. So you literally can this afternoon staple the vicar. Now in Game 1, the Pirates beat the Orioles 7-3. They tore apart the bullpen of Eddie Watt and Pete Rickard, not necessarily in that order, for a 7-3 win. Earl Weaver hemmed and hawed for hours on the way to Pittsburgh on whether to start Merv Redmond, but his defense just wasn't good enough to offset the offense. So Paul Blair gets a start in center field. You could probably flip a coin between Don Buford and Redmond, but Buford's offense was technically better, and nobody's mentioned Frank Robinson. So let's get to it. The Pirates, with a win, are going to win the 70s championship. Now, Jim Palmer, who pitched Game 1 against Oakland way back when, goes against Bruce Keeson, who has not pitched at all in this tournament. Chuck Taylor has decided to save John Candelaria for a decisive Game 3 next Sunday, if needed, in Baltimore. So it's Bruce Keeson and Jim Palmer on a beautiful day in Pittsburgh. Bang a gong, let's get it on. And just in case you wondered, yes, Sister Sledge did sing the national anthem before the game. And a good afternoon to Dave Little. My pleasure to have you along. And for that, I mean, we over 1,000 strong. You should be quite proud. Bruce Keeson is 13-7 on the regular year. Kind of a great Swiss Army knife pitcher along with Jim Bibby. A 3.19 ERA, 172 in the third innings, 157 hits, only 13 home runs allowed. He walked 45 and struck out 105. And here's the lineup he will face. Don Buford, who has played a decent series. He scored twice. He's leading off in left field. Paul Blair is in center field. He'll bat second. Earl Weaver, by the way, is running the show as the AI for the Orioles. I did the lineup, and we'll manage for both teams, but we'll manage the Pirates. Boog Powell will bat third and play first. Frank Robinson cleans up and right. Davey Johnson moves down to fifth for Game 2. He'll try his luck there. Brooks Robinson will bat sixth. Ellie Hendricks, the better offensive catcher, will bat seventh. Mark Belanger, eighth, and Jim Palmer, who beat Boston in Game 1, not Oakland run, but Boston in Game 1, is on the mound, batting ninth. Remember, no DH at all because the Orioles were a pre-DH team. Defensively for the Pirates, it is Bill Robinson is in left field. He's a 6 and a 3. Omar Moreno, an 8 and a 6 in center. Dave Parker, a 10 and a 10 in right. Bill Medlock gets a start at third. He's a 5. Tim Foley at short. He's a 7. Bill Garner is at second. He's a 6. Willie Stargell, who cares? He's a 4. And Ed Ott behind the plate. He's a 5 and a 5 to catch Bruce Keeson, who is fresh and ready to go. And so all the songs have been sung. Everybody is pumped Terry Bradshaw threw out the first pitch to Franco Harris. And Lynn Swan tried to intercept it, but it didn't go very well. Don Buford is 3 for 11 in this tournament, hitting .273 with an RBI. .272, 17 homers, and 66 RBI in 70. Keeson delivers, struck him out on 6 pitches. He swung on and missed, and there's one away. And this crowd is really rolling now. Paul Blair, 4 for 10. In the playoff, .267, 18 homers, and 65 RBI in 70, and 2 RBIs in the tournament. Keeson deals, ground ball to Foley, over to Stargell for the out. 2 away for Boog Powell, who's had a marvelous tournament, 5 for 10. He's hitting .500 with a homer and 2 RBI. .297, 35 homers, and 114 RBI. As Baltimore tries to find some magic here this afternoon. Keeson deals, ball 4, so Boog draws the walk. And that'll bring up Frank Robinson, 1 for 8 with a triple and 2 RBI in the first set of games. .306, 25 homers, and 78 RBI in the real 70 season. Terry, how you doing? He's rooting for the Bucks. Will Boog connect again, Randy asks. Yes. Terry and Randy are in the house. Randy hoping for Baltimore to force a Game 3 next Sunday. Pitch to Robinson is a line drive to left. Madlock should have had it. Powell around third. Bill Robinson will throw home. Foley to Ott, not in time. So this time it works. And Robinson's on second with a double, and it's 1-0 Baltimore. And Earl just kind of looks at the camera and says, staple this. Well, he said something else too, but it's a Sunday. Davey Johnson moves down the lineup, 4 for 11, .364. He's got a triple, a homer, and 4 RBI. Keeson deals, struck him out. So 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. A run on a hit and no errors. Half an inning in the books. Baltimore draws first blood in Game 2. Pirates coming up. And so Baltimore's hard to read. But Jim Palmer's not. He beat the Red Sox in his first or his other start. 8 1/3 innings, 1-0, 3.24 ERA. 8 1/3 innings, as I said, 7 hits, a solo or a home run. He walked 2 and struck out 4. And here's the lineup he'll face. Omar Moreno will lead off in center field. With all that speed and bunting ability, kind of foolish not to, especially on the plastic. Bill Madlock will bat second and play third. Then it's Dave Parker and Willie Stargell. Bill Robinson will bat fifth. Phil Garner sixth. Tim Foley seventh. Ed Ott eighth. And Bruce Keeson, who threw 24 pitches, will bat ninth. And so Moreno will not bunt. 3 for 13 on the series. 3 singles and 2 RBI. Palmer delivers. Got him! He chased one outside the zone, and there's one away. So they'll play back for Madlock, who is 2 for 6. He's got a double. 328 and 79, 7 homers and 44 RBI. Palmer deals, and there's a fly ball to left center. Blair is there, 2 out. For Dave Parker, who came out of his slumber in Baltimore in Game 1. Overall, 2 for 12. That's 167 with an RBI. Cobra hit .310 and 79, 25 homers and 94 RBI. Palmer deals, and Parker into left center. Blair dives on the turf and makes a rolling catch to rob Parker of an extra base hit. How about that? An absolute web gem. And that's why he's in center instead of Redmond. After 1, Baltimore 1, Pittsburgh nothing. And so it'll be Brooks Robinson, Ellie Hendricks, and Mark Belanger for the Orioles in the second. Robinson 3 for 12 in the postseason, a double and an RBI, a .276 hitter. in the real year. And Keeson throws ball 4. So here's Ellie Hendricks, who is 0 for 10 at 242, 12 homers and 41 RBI. Grounded into a double play, walked once and struck out twice. Keeson delivers. Fly ball, center field. Moreno, he's got it for the first out. Brings up Belanger, who is 0 for 6. He has walked twice and struck out twice. Bruce delivers, and Belanger slaps that one into left field for a base hit. So Palmer in a bunting situation has Robinson on second, Belanger on first. And the Pirates move in. Stargell and Madlock play for the bunt. Keeson delivers, and Palmer slaps that one into center for a base hit. So they're loaded. So Baltimore finally waking up, and they've got Keeson on the ropes here. Here's Buford. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So Keeson, 39 pitches, an inning and a third, 3 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Pitch to Buford, fly ball to right. Back goes Parker, way back there, grand slam. Don Buford makes it 5-0 Baltimore. And the Staplers go deadly silent. Buford put that one into right center above the auxiliary scoreboard. And Chuck Tanner at least comes out. What do you do? Who do you go to? They're going to go to... Who can you go to? You're not going to Candelaria because you're going to use him in Game 3 if they get there. You're going to go to Don Robinson. So Don Robinson, who did not pitch in this postseason, now is just here to not kill the bullpen. 8-8, a 3.87 ERA, 160 2/3 innings, 171 hits, 12 homers, 52 walks, and 96 strikeouts. Because Mr. Keeson gave up 5 earned runs in an inning and a third. So here's Blair. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to Blair, popped up left side, and someone from Pittsburgh made that catch. And it's 2-2. Robinson deals. Ball 4. So here's Powell. Powell walked and scored. 5-0 Baltimore here in the second. Robinson deals, popped up right side. Stargell makes the catch for the second out. Here's Frank Robinson. He doubled, drove home a run in the first. 1 for 1. And Robinson sends that one into right. And Parker picks it up off the turf. And it's runners on first and third. And methinks that the Pirates found the Iron City that was stashed for the celebration a bit too early. Brings up Davy Johnson, who's 0 for 1. Robinson deals. Fly ball gone. Oh my goodness gracious. Blair and Robinson score, and Davy just absolutely torched that one into dead center. And it's 8-0. Unbelievable. And so you're going to give Jim Palmer an 8-run lead. That's pretty remarkable. So the Pirates thought I was on vacation, that I wouldn't do this. Nope, you're playing today. Sorry. Brooks Robinson walked and scored, I believe, in this inning. So the Pirates have batted around. or the Orioles have. Don Robinson deals into center field. Moreno comes in, and this place has fallen silent. 7 runs on 5 hits and no errors after an inning and a half. Baltimore 8, Pittsburgh nothing. And so finally the Orioles are showing some fight. Willie Stargell, 3 for 11 in the playoffs, with a double and a run scored. 281, 32 homers, and 82 RBI. Pitch to Stargell, fly ball to right. Robinson, 1-0. No, that's off the wall. So Stargell says not dead yet, folks. And he's into second with a stand-up double for Bill Robinson. 5 for 13 on the series, 385 with a homer and 30 RBI, 264 in the real year, 24 homers and 75 RBI. Pitch to Robinson, fly ball to left. Buford makes the catch in the corner for the out, 1 away. Yep, Baltimore has taken Pittsburgh behind the woodshed and shown them what the chipper does. And it has nothing to do with Larry Jones or Shea Stadium or anything like that. Phil Geiner, 4 for 14, 286, 293 on the real year, 11 homers and 59 RBI. Palmer deals, ball 4. If there is a silver lining here for the Pirates, is that it's only the second inning. It's unlikely that Palmer's going to blow an 8-run lead, but it's only the second inning. Tim Foley is 5 for 11 in this tournament with 2 RBI. For 1 out, Stargell on second, Garner on first, Foley at the plate. Palmer deals, and there's a little looper that's going to get past Johnson, and the Pirates have him loaded here in the second. With 1 out for Ed Ott, who is 3 for 8. Steve Nicosia played the game in Baltimore, and we'll see who will play if there is a Game 3, who will get that call. The computer is managing the Orioles, just in case anyone's wondering. So Ott, 273, 7 homers, and 51 RBI. 1 out, bases loaded. It's bottom in the second. Got him! Palmer got him to swing on an 0-2 off-speed pitch for the second out. And now you get Don Robinson, who Pittsburgh's got to keep in the ball game, to a 4 with 3 RBI. You can't be busting out the bullpen right now. And Robinson lines that one into right field. Stargell will score. Garner's going to try and score. Foley will hold at second. The throw's coming home, and Garner's out. Robinson got him by 10 feet. Robinson threw an absolute strike to the plate, and the Pirates squander this. Here it is again. Don Robinson got the hit. So Stargell scored. Garner had a good chance to score, but Frank Robinson just threw an absolute BB home. 1 run on the board for the Pirates, but we go to the top of the third. Baltimore 8, Pittsburgh 1. Palmer did. That's right, Randy. He never gave up a grand slam in his career, which is amazing because he pitched a long time. Yep, the Red Sox, Yankees in London. Thank God that's over. That's a park I never want to see another baseball game in. Nothing to do with the Red Sox losing both the games. That place was just, ugh. Pitch to Hendricks is 0 for 1. Fly ball to right. Parker goes back. He makes the catch. For Mark Belanger, who singled his first time up, 8 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Baltimore. They've only left 1 on. The Pirates, 1 run on 3 hits and no errors, and they've left 2 on. Don deals, Belanger, shallow right, Parker's there, 2 out. Here's Jim Palmer. He had a single and scored in the second, so both pitchers in the ballgame now have hits. Don Robinson deals. Fly ball left field. Out of play. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes to Palmer. Robinson delivers. Fly ball, shallow center. Moreno comes in, makes the catch to retire the side. 2.5 down. Baltimore 8, Pittsburgh 1. So Palmer threw 9 batters through 39 pitches. 2 innings, 3 hits. So 1 earned run. It could have been much worse, but Frank Robinson, with a tremendous throw home, ended that threat. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Moreno struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He squares, and nobody's going to get that. Throw down to Powell from Hendricks, and Moreno's got himself a bunt hit. 4th hit for the Pirates. Here's Manlock. Bill is 0 for 1. And Bill, ground ball to second. Johnson with a diving stop. He throws to Belanger to get the speedy Moreno. And Moreno with a rollblock slide, so they couldn't get 2. So this Oriole team looks so much better than they did last Sunday against the Pirates. Parker is 0 for 1. Madlock gonna steal. Here he goes. Hendricks down to Belanger. Not in time. So Madlock moves into scoring position. 8-1 Orioles, bottom of the 3rd. Pitch to Parker. Up the middle. Another diving stop by Davy Johnson, and the throw to first is in time. So the vacuum cleaner is not at 3rd like we thought it was going to be. It's at 2nd base. And his name is Davy Johnson. Madlock moves to 3rd, 2 out for Stargell, who doubled and scored the lone Pirate run in the 2nd. Palmer deals. Got him. Swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We played 3. Baltimore 8, Pittsburgh 1. So Don Buford had that grand slam in the 2nd, which I know Randy's hoping will send the series back to Baltimore for a decisive Game 3 next Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 Pacific, right here on Retro Sports Network. Pitch to Buford. Fly ball to center. Back goes Moreno. On the track, 1 away. Paul Blair. 0 for 1 with a run scored. Robinson deals, and there's a little liner down the line and left. Blair's going to get 2 because Madlock made the bad play. Madlock dove late, and on that artificial surface, it's just going to scoot. And so did Paul Blair. He slides in, and that's the 7th Oriole hit. Boog Powell walked and scored. Robinson delivers. Fly ball to right. Parker's got it. Blair goes back to tag and will take 3rd without a throw. So 2 out for Frank Robinson, who is 2 for 2. He has singled and doubled, scored and drove in a run. And Robbie sends this one into left center. Moreno with a late start on it. Won't get it. Frank's got a double. Blair scores, and it's 9-1 Baltimore. And you can see Earl. Earl's just yelling over now, saying, what? Staple what? Staple what? Staple this, and shows him a finger. Staple this. Davy Johnson is 3-run shot in the 2nd. 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Robinson deals. Right to Foley, over to Stargell. Foley was behind the bag, and that will retire the side. But another run for the Orioles on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 1. So it'll be Bill Robinson, Phil Garner, and Tim Foley to face Palmer here in the 4th. Save some for Game 3. Pittsburgh got 7 runs in Game 1 and won that 7-3. Baltimore right now up 9-1. And so all Weaver read in the interim was, here's another chance for the Orioles to put a season away, and it's 71-79 all over again. And Earl had about enough of that. Pitch to Robinson is a fly ball to left. Buford's there, one away. Earl had one of the most fiery press conferences I've ever seen in the travel day. It was safe for basic cable, but certainly not for this YouTube channel. As Earl dropped in every colorful adjective that there was and kept demanding that you print that. And Jim Palmer has backed it up. Phil Garner walked his first time up. Palmer delivers, and there's a ground ball to Johnson over to Powell for the second out. Tim Foley 1 for 1. He's got himself a single. I believe the kicker line was, you can take that, family, and stick it someplace. Pitch to Foley. There's a base hit into right center. Robinson picks it up on a hop. And there is 2 out for Ott, who struck out his first time up. No, there's never a dull moment for Earl, that's for sure. Now the question is, you don't want to get overconfident assuming this lead holds. Pitch to Ott, line drive. Davy Johnson leaps and saves it again. And that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Davy Johnson, man, he's having himself a day and a half out there in the field. No runs, no hits, 1 hit, no errors. After 4, 9-1, Baltimore. I think Earl's just, instead of the Chesterfields, he's just reaching for the Natty Boh. Brooks Robinson is, and he's 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. Don Robinson just trying to eat some innings here. Ground ball to Matlock over to Stargell. Brooks doesn't have that kind of speed anymore. Oh no, 1970, yeah he would. He's still out. Here's Elliot Hendricks, who's 0 for 2. Pitch from Robinson. Hendricks sends that one opposite field in the left. And Bill Robinson bobbled it. He throws into second, and they got him. So the Orioles make a mistake, and there's 2 out. So Hendricks is out trying to stretch that single into a double. Score it 7-4. Here's Belanger, who's 1 for 2. Got himself a run scored. And a single. Sends this one into deep center. Moreno is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Halfway home, Baltimore 9. Pittsburgh 1. Don Buford with the grand slam. Davy Johnson, a 3-run homer. Frank Robinson, 3 for 3. I mean, this is what you should have seen. And you can second guess the choice in Keeson. But Keeson and Candelaria were pretty much interchangeable in my mind. And apparently not in the mind of Baltimore's hitters. 4-run inning in a third, 4 hits, 5 runs all earned. 1 homer, he walked 2 and struck out 2. Meanwhile, Palmer can pretty much, palm ball the rest of the way through. They'll pinch hit for Robinson here. Who do we have that can hit righties? And so, and Mike Easler comes in. Has not played in this tournament. 278, 2 homers and 11 RBI in 79. Palmer deals, and Easler sends that one into center. Blair's there, 1 away. And Hendricks is hurt. Hendricks just put up a finger and immediately bolted for the clubhouse. And so Andy Etchebarren, who's a 5 and a 4 behind the plate, gets handed the tools. Hendricks seemed to be rubbing his hammy. He will be available for the final, but we'll see what Echeverria does. That's not what you want, to have a pitcher throw to another catcher over the course of a game. So Palmer will get a couple throws here at Echeverria, and as I tell you, that he's thrown 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 69 pitches. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. Omar Moreno bunt single his last time up, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Palmer deals, ground ball to Boog, takes it to the bag for the out. Brings up Bill Madlock, who's 0 for 2. Palmer just kind of cruising right along, 9-1, bottom of the 5th. Jim deals, and Madlock draws the walk for Dave Parker, who's 0 for 2. Madlock is going to hold. I mean, you're down 8 runs and there's 2 out. Don't get thrown out being stupid. Pitch from Palmer, ball 4. And that brings up Stargell, who got that double in the 2nd and a strikeout, so he's 1 for 2. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 9-1 Baltimore, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. Fly ball to right. Robinson is there, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the top of the 6th. Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 1. And we're going to go with Doc Ellis. Doc only threw 7 innings in 79. 9 hits, a homer. He walked 2 and struck out 1. And again, he's here pretty much just to shut, there's no point in wasting your good arms. You're going to potentially need him you probably will need him for Game 3. Palmer's 1 for 2, by the way. He singled and scored. Ellis delivers, ground ball to Madlock, and that ate him up. In fact, that hit so weird on the turf that it's an infield single. Yup, Jim Palmer got himself an infield single. See you in a bit, baby. How do you know it's your day? The pitcher reaches on an infield single. Tom Buford's up. 1 for 3. His grand slam in the 2nd pretty much ended any suspense there was to this ball game. Buford up the middle, base hit. And so Palmer's on 2nd for Paul Blair, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Yeah, you kind of have to wonder, Dave, if Doc Ellis was doing some... well, we know that apparently that there was a little too much Iron City drank from reports from the clubhouse. So if Doc was visiting his girlfriend Lucy, who's been known to fly around with some diamonds in her Cessna, you just never know. Pitch to Blair. Liner to left. Robinson is there. Throw to 2nd, and Palmer's back. So Pittsburgh looking to catch lightning in a bottle, and they just won't do it. So Boog Powell is now up. He's walked and scored. He's 0 for 2. Ellis delivers. Fly ball to center. Back goes Moreno. He'll make the catch, and Palmer will hold at 2nd. Frank Robinson has had himself a day. On a day when Baltimore really needed to show some bats because they were absolutely flustered by Jim Bibby. Robinson is doubled twice. He's 3 for 3 and driven in 2. Pitch from Ellis. Ground ball to Madlock, who finally makes a good play over to Garner. And that will retire the side. No runs. 2 hits and no errors. 5.5 in the books. Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 1. So Palmer will face Bill Robinson, Phil Garner, and Tim Foley. Robinson's 0 for 2. Fly ball left center. Buford's there, and he makes the catch 1 away. So this tournament appears to be going the distance. That's cool. Phil Garner's 0 for 1 with a walk. Palmer deals. Chopper to Brooks Robinson. Bang, bang, throw over to Powell. And did you expect Garner to reach? No, sir. So Robinson, with a howitzer at third, retires Garner. And there's 2 out for Tim Foley, who was single twice, but to no avail. 9 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for the Orioles. They've left 4 on. The Pirates a run on 5 hits, and they've left 6 on. Pitch to Foley. Ground ball to Robinson over to Powell, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 7th. Doc Ellis comes back out there to face Davey Johnson, Brooks Robinson, and Andy Etchebarren. It's Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 1. So Johnson, 1 for 3. That big bomb for a 3-run shot into the black seats in dead center, and a strikeout. And Johnson sends that one into center field. Moreno makes the catch, 1 away. So Brooks Robinson 0 for 2. He's going to need to do something at the plate in Baltimore in Game 3. And this time he sends it into right field. Parker is there, and oh my goodness, he rolled over on his wrist. Parker crashed against the wall, and I think he separated his shoulder. He immediately goes to the ground in a heap. And so for the moment, Lee Lacy will be the new right fielder. But Parker will play in Game 3, and it looks like we're getting there, with a bum shoulder. Oh, the replay on that looked harsh. Andy Etchebarren struck out in his only appearance in this tournament. 243, 4 homers, and 28 RBI. Etchebarren slides out one to Madlock over to Stargell for the out. Only single game injuries, because it's up until the final is a best of 3. So rest assured Parker will be back, but that's, I mean, if it wasn't looking like a Game 3, it is now. Ed Ott is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Palmer deals, and there's a fly ball to center. Blair is there, and that will retire the side. Doc Ellis will not hit here, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Time to stretch it here in Pittsburgh, and people are stretching and leaving. 9-1 Orioles. And yes, I am on vacation, but Dave and I didn't talk about it beforehand, so I just went ahead and played the game. So here's what you're going to get from me this week. You're going to get a couple tape streams. You're going to get some golf on Tuesday, which I will tape probably Tuesday morning. Jack Nicklaus and Tom Watson will play on Uncle Ron's wonderful universe of golf from Pebble Beach, because Baseball Demos requested that. And Thursday, and I'm going to tape this tomorrow for the 4th of July, we're going to have a Wimbledon special for you. John McEnroe and Bjorn Borg, and a best of 5. The 4th of July, that'll be uploaded sometime along the way. So that's what's coming up this week on the channel. It's golf on Tuesday, Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus from Pebble Beach, and then on Thursday, it'll be Bjorn Borg and John McEnroe from Center Court at Wimbledon, best of 5. Both of those will be on tape. And then the next live stream on this channel will be next Saturday night. All right? Okay. As we celebrate vacation week here, Doc Ellis, as I said, will not bat. Who's up next to face Jim Palmer? Let's try Frank Tavares, who is at 244 on the real year. Hits lefty or righties at 296 flip with an RBI. Can't bunt anymore. Fly ball to left. Buford, 1 away. So Moreno is 1 for 3. Palmer threw 27 batters, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And I think Earl wants to lean on him as much as possible and not go to that pen if he doesn't need to. Don't give Pittsburgh anything for momentum. Pitch to Moreno, and that's going to get down in front of Robinson. And so as I say that, that's the 6th hit for Pittsburgh. Madlock's 0 for 2 with a walk. Moreno goes. Echebarren's throw down to Johnson. Moreno has it stolen. So runner in scoring position, 2 out for Madlock. 0 for 2 with a walk. Palmer deals, and there's a base hit in the left center. Madlock is going for 2. Run scores. So that paid off. And now bring up Lee Lacy, who struck out in his other appearance in the series. 247, but only 190 against righties. 5 homers and 15 RBI. 9-2 Baltimore. Bottom of the 7th. Palmer deals. Lacy up the middle. Johnson over to Powell, and that will retire the side. No, it's Belanger. Excuse me, it's Belanger. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom or the top of the 8th. Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 2. And so you're going to see Eddie Whitson now to finish the game. Well, he would bat 6th in the 8th, so we'll see. Whitson went 2 and 3 in 79 with a 4.37 ERA, 57 and 2/3 innings, 53 hits, 6 homers, 36 walks, and 31 strikeouts. Belanger 1 for 3 with the run scored, now 1 for 9. Palmer and Buford to follow. Pitch from Whitson into center. Moreno, 1 out. So Jim Palmer is 2 for 3. And 108 pitches. Let's see what Earl decides to do here. Gonna stay in the ballgame and gonna strike out. He swung on and missed a 1-2 change for strike 3. So Dom Buford, 2 for 4. That grand slam in the 2nd, if Baltimore wins game 3 at home, would be replayed forever. Hit 17 and 70, so it wasn't a complete stunner that he hit a home run. Fly ball to left. Robinson in the corner to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 2. So Stargell 1 for 3. Robinson and Garner. Pitch from Palmer. Struck him out. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed. That's 4 for Jim. And Bill Robinson is 0 for 3. Palmer deals. Struck him out. An 0-2 pitch on the inside part of the plate. That's 5 for Palmer. Garner 0 for 2 with the walk. Jim deals. Little number that's going to get past Johnson, and Garner's on with a 2-out single. For Tim Foley, who is 2 for 3. Palmer from the stretch. And there's a little liner that's going to drop in front of Buford and left. Garner's on 3rd. And the Pirates have runners in the corners. 2 out for Ed Ott. And if Ott should reach, then they got a pinch hit for Whitson. Pitch to Ott. Fly ball right field. Robinson will get it off the wall. Garner scores. Foley's going to round 3rd. He's going to score without a throw. And it's 9-4 Baltimore. And so Chuck Tanner looks down and says, John Milner. So Milner has pinch hit twice in this postseason tournament. He's 0 for 2. 276, 16 homers, and 60 RBI. And Weaver is nervous now. 9-4, but 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Struck him out. Oh, what a pitch by Palmer. He got a 2-2 changeup for Milner to look at for strike 3. And so the Pirates huff and puffing, but they can't get the door all the way down. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. We've played 8. Baltimore 9, Pittsburgh 4. And so for the first time, they're going to go with Grant Jackson, who was 8-5 in 79 with 14 saves and a 2.96 ERA. 82 innings, 67 hits, 9 homers. He walked 35 and struck out 39. The Pirates have a snowball's chance in the ninth, but they've got to shut the door here to Blair, Powell, and Frank Robinson. Blair, 1 for 3, a double, and 2 runs scored. Jackson delivers, and Blair punches that one into right center field. He's going for 2. He's got it. So the 12th hit for the Orioles, and that brings up Boog Powell, who's 0 for 3. He has walked and scored. I assume he's going to hit here. He does. Fly ball to right. Lacey, who's a 4 and an 8 and right, makes the catch. Blair's going to third. The throw to Madlock is not in time. And so they're just going to send Robinson to first. They're playing for 2. And Davy Johnson already has 1 3-run bomb under his belt. That came in the 7th. 9-4. And there's a ground ball to Madlock. They're trying for 2. Garner for 1. Over to Stargell. Johnson's running as fast as he can. They don't turn it. Johnson beat it out. And it's 10-4 Baltimore. Here comes Brooks Robinson, who's 0 for 3 with a run scored. Ott goes out to talk to Jackson. And Robinson sends that one right up the middle. Throw to Stargell for the out. So Palmer will start the 9th. He's faced 36 batters, 131 pitches, 8 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He has walked 3 and struck out 6. To face the top of the Pirate lineup, Moreno, Madlock, and Lacey. And boy, do they miss Dave Parker right now. Moreno is 2 for 4. He singled twice, struck out, and scored. Popped up. Robinson by the Oriole dugout. Nope. Someone from Charleston, West Virginia, in a West Virginia sweatshirt made that. So good play there by the smart fan. The count is full, 3-2. Palmer deals. Ball 4. So there's Madlock. Yep, that's right. Grant Jackson was an ex-Oriole and a Philly. Madlock 1 for 3. Pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Belanger's only throw is to first. And Powell will hold the bag for the out. So 1 away for Lee Lacey, who is 0 for 1. I don't know if I shouldn't pull him. Who have I got that can hit righties better than 190? Well, Manny Sanguin. Palmer now at 139 pitches. Sanguin, 230 with 4 RBI, but he hit righties at a 360 clip. Right move into right center field. Sanguin's going for 2. He's got it. And that'll bring up Stargell. It's 10-5. Stargell was 1 for 4. He's got a double. A run scored and struck out twice. 1 out. Bill Robinson on deck. Palmer and Etchebarren talk it over. Activity in the Oriole pen. Stargell pop up right side. Guess who? Davy Johnson, 2 away. So Earl is hanging on that, rocking back and forth on that top step for Bill Robinson, who's going to have to hit. He's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Sanguin on second. 10-5 Baltimore. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive to Buford. And the Orioles have forced a decisive Game 3. They win behind a complete game by Jim Palmer. Baltimore 10, Pittsburgh 5. So Palmer did not pitch all that well. 11 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 6. But he faced a parade of Pirate pitchers who also did not pitch well. In fact, they stunk. And that's why Baltimore has forced a deciding game. But your MVP is going to be Don Buford. It was his grand slam in the second inning that pretty much put this game away. Davey Johnson had a 3-run shot of his own and several great plays in the field. So the Orioles clear and deserved winners this afternoon, and that Pirate box score looks like an absolute giant mess. So just to make sure, Hendricks and Parker are going to be available for Game 3. And we hope that you are available for Game 3 next Sunday at 4. I know it's summertime and people are out and about, but we will be doing live Game 3 at 4 o'clock next Sunday from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. The winner will be that 70s tournament champion. All right? Okay. So you get tape stuff from me the next couple days. I'm Ron Juckett. Hope you have a safe and happy 4th of July. We will talk to you live next Saturday and a couple times over the week. But for now, as I said, a safe, happy, and healthy 4th. And we'll talk to you next weekend. Take care. Good night.